to raise some issues about the matter of selling the bridge, because that absolutely removes any possibility of mass transit, because anybody that buys the bridge has got to have cars going across paying a lot of tolls, or something going across the bridge. It does not look like a really good deal to buy the bridge from any point of view. I think we ought to look at the matter of making the rail private in a public-private partnership.
Yes, I mean, we've been talking about privatization really almost from the very beginning of the project. And,
Right.
you know, I think it's something that people, you know, certainly the Business Council has been open to looking at. And Marion's right, there's a lot that needs to go on in terms of legislative changes, and you have to create the possibility for this for that to happen.
I mean, I'll just say that the only being around for a long period of time, you know, I go back to Bob, and this is not a new phenomenon. The only thing new in the last 3 or 4 years is the privatization. And you look at this thing, where we're going as a region, and you know, it's going to cost a lot of money, and you know, and it's going to cost more money next year than it's going to cost this year, and it cost a hell of a lot more this year than it did 30 years ago. And it's not going to go down.
It's hard to imagine it working, though, because of the privatization, because there's going to be constant tension between the mass transit and the motor vehicle toll aspect of it, the apportionment of revenues. I don't see anybody except the public sector making those decisions on what the rate should be on any one day.
See, that's where Maureen's idea is a good one and an interesting one, because I think it will get you to the split focus that we have got to start to develop. The I-287 corridor is a national interest. The I-287 mass transit is a local interest. And we
Regional.
You call it regional, I'll call it local, and we'll have our discussion later. It's a local interest. It's simply honest engine, Rockland and Westchester. Now, the rest of the country could care less about Rockland and Westchester. They can't be without the Tappan Zee Bridge to service New England with trucks and cars and interstate transportation. So the federal funding, I think it's almost inevitable this bridge is going to get replaced.
Yes.
I think the incremental cost is the only one you can address.
Well, look who was in the room today. You know, we brought together key players here, heads of business organizations, heads of the Construction Industry Council, the Board of Realtors, environmental groups. We have Riverkeeper here. So you have all of these folks. We had commercial builders together talking about this. Where else are you going to get that kind of input for an open meeting? So I think this was a very important discussion. We went over a number of key issues related to the Tappan Zee Bridge. And again, we're going to keep following this. So you'll see us reporting about it in the paper, and you'll see it here online.